explain property taxes. Property taxes are probably one of the more confusing elements to buying a home. I'm going to show you how, if you're not, depending on when you're buying, there can be a big surprise for you at the lawyer's office. I'm also going to talk to you about how you can pay your taxes and the best way to do it. So property taxes are essentially, they're paid and they're due annually, and they cover things like schools and sewers and roads. And you have two options for paying them. You can pay them monthly or annually. Now, my suggestion for most first-time buyers is to take the monthly route. The reason is it's a sort of like a forced savings plan. You will set the money aside and you'll forget about it. If you're paying it annually, you can get hit right smack dab in the middle of the summer with a large bill, and it's not a lot of fun. So if you go monthly, you can either do it through your lender or your bank or whoever, and you can also do it through your city or town. Usually, most cities and towns will do a pre-authorized debit for you. My personal preference is to get the city or town to do it, and the reason is because they're the ones who determine how much you owe. So why not have them collect the bill from you? If your lender's doing it, and every year guaranteed it's going to change, they've got to constantly, there's always adjustments and there's a lot of messing around, and it's just simpler. If you owe them the money, why not let them collect it? So my suggestion there. Now, how taxes work, let me see here. If you were to buy a home, let's just pretend this is January to December, taxes are due July 4th. Now, this is one of the weirdest things that I don't understand why they do it this way. They just do. But when you pay taxes, you pay for 6 months in arrears, and you pay for 6 months in advance. So let's assume this person has $1,200 a year in tax, and you come and you buy their home right here in September. Now, because this person has already paid the tax for the year, you're going to owe them money at the lawyer's office. And if it's 4 months, then you would have to bring an additional $400 or more, depending on how much the tax bill is, to the lawyer's office to close. So if you're buying it this time of year, so let's say you're buying in May, and the taxes haven't been paid, the person who owns the home is going to owe you money. So let's say it's 4 months there, they're going to owe you $400. And here, unfortunately, when you're buying a home, and especially on your statement of disbursements from your lawyer or notary, you're going to see a whole bunch of lines, credits, and debits. You may not even realize that you've been paid for those taxes. So be aware that you have been paid for it, or you should be paid for it. And then when July 4th comes and the city calls and says you owe us $1,200, don't be surprised. You've already got part of it. So the big thing is that if you're buying anytime close to July, make sure that you're aware of how much you're going to have to pay come July 4th, because you don't want to get a surprise. That is property taxes in a nutshell.